Do you have bottles that are getting really low and you don't want to finish them? What if I told you to make these things last forever? How, you ask? By making an infinity bottle. That's right. With an infinity bottle, you can make whiskeys last forever and become your own master blender. Let me show you how to do it. So as you can see, I have a couple of bottles that are on their last legs, and they're just going to go bad if I don't drink them or get rid of them. So to make these things last forever, I'm going to make my first infinity bottle. What is that, you ask? Well, an infinity bottle is basically a blend of your whiskeys that you can just continually put in a bottle, and it's an infinity bottle. It's just a blend, and over the years, it changes, but always a small little remnants of what you put in there initially can stay there. So, without further ado, I'm going to start my first infinity bottle. Now, the rules, there are no rules. That's the best part about it. So for me, I want to just put as much variation as possible in my first one. So I've got 9 scotches and 9 bourbons. I probably won't be able to fit all 18 of these in here, but I'm probably going to try to do my best. But when you do yours, you can do whatever you want. Just scotch, just bourbon, just Highland scotch, just Islay scotch, just 12-year-old scotch, just 12-year-old minimum scotch. There are an infinite number of things you can do to make this for yourself. So without further ado, I'm going to start adding bottles to this, and this is going to be my official infinity bottle. You can go out and buy a fancy one if you want, but we're not going to do that. So, first one I'm adding is my Kilchoman Sauternes cask. It is a bit almost dead, so I'm going to put a full shot in here, which is, 1.5 ounces. And just put it right here in the infinity. And I will spill it all over my floor. Generally, I'm pretty good at pouring stuff out, but not today. So again, I didn't really have a rule system that I was going to do for myself. I initially found bottles that were super low, but other than that, I wanted to find some bottles that I really enjoy, or ones that just have crazy flavor profiles I wanted to add in here to see what happens. So obviously, you put peat in there, it's just going to be a little bit smokier. So, boom, you all know I love my Hazelburn 15 Oloroso. Let's add this bad boy in there because it's so damn good. I love me this Hazelburn. This I had given to a couple of bourbon people, and they have been like, oh my gosh, that is so good. And obviously another Springbank 18 is going in here. 60% rum cask, I think 40% bourbon, 46% alcohol. And again, for these first few, I'm just going to add a full 1.5 ounces to it. Again, you can do as much as you want. I'm just trying to jumpstart the bottle. I want to try and fill this up today, so we're going to jumpstart it. So let's go to a bourbon real quick. Peerless Double Oak. I have talked very, very highly about this bottle in most of the videos that it has been in. So let's just add it to it. It is a fantastic bourbon. I definitely enjoy this thing. I am making a kind of a large mess, but that's the fun of an infinity bottle, And yeah, this guy is 108.4 proof. And let's add 1792 12-year. This is a very, very good bottle. And I wanted to add a little bit of age to this. So, for the bourbon side, getting age isn't necessarily going to happen all the time. But with this one, it is. So let's add this in there. Let's be careful. Oh, I don't think I spilled any of that. Awesome. Now, I do enjoy most expressions of whiskey. You're going to see no Irish up here. Oops, sorry. But at least the rye American whiskeys and scotches for sure. Now, this one is a private barrel. This is a blend, and it is finished in ruby port. I have had this for a long time, actually. Retailed for about 80, 90 bucks, but he is on his last legs. So we're just going to kill this guy right now. Rest in peace, buddy. It is a very... Oh, I spilled an actual crap ton of that. I might need a funnel. Give me 1 second. Babe, can I get that blue funnel? Okay, we're saved by the funnel. Hopefully no more spilling now. And one of the best value bourbons right now you can ever get, Penelope Architect, finished in French oak staves. This is a barrel pick, so this is 110 proof, but my goodness, it is an excellent, excellent bourbon. Retails, again, around $60. And if you don't get a barrel pick, it's like $55. It is the best value for bourbon that I've had right now, and it is just to die for. So we did the Springbank. Let's go back to the scotches. Classic Laddie, unpeated Isla. Tastes like cinnamon, caramel, salt. It's 50% alcohol. It's around $65 to $70. It is very, very good. Why does this shot glass hate me? This shot glass is still spilling. Not a fan of that. Okay. My favorite lowland whiskey I've ever had is from Bladnoch. This is a 17-year, finished in California red wine. This is a decadent lowland. If you haven't gone into the Bladnoch distillery yet, I really recommend you do so. I don't think Auchentoshan, which is probably the more available of the lowlands, is super, super great. You know, they're triple distilled. The standard offerings are fine, but they don't add that oomph of flavor that I'm looking for. So the Bladnoch is just, for me, just better. Now here's my Aberlour Abunid. Got married with this bottle, so I definitely have to add this in there. My only Speyside I'm adding today, but this is a 61% Oloroso finished no-age statement Speyside. I think it tastes like orange, citrus, really nice caramel vibes on the back end of that as well. I think it's just super good. Now, a really good Campbelltown that does not have the Springbank price problem is Glen Scotia. This is Glen Scotia 15. It's around $85, and if you compare a 15-year Springbank, which I just got for $170, literally half the price. Half. For probably a reasonably well-rounded profile. Again, this one is very, very orangey caramel. Get that salt in there as well. It's very good. If you guys have watched me enough, you know that Edradour is my favorite Highland distillery. This is a 13-year Chardonnay finish at 60.7% alcohol. Very bright, very fruity, very floral, and packs a nice punch. But like I always say, Edradour makes probably one of the best distillates in Scotland, in my opinion. Again, that's my opinion. It's not a fact. Let's go to a quick American whiskey. This is a Texas single malt, Balcones. This is 5 years. It is finished in apple brandy, and it is 65% alcohol. Now, this is going to add some fruit pops to this. Again, I'm not a master blender, and if you're going to be doing this, you probably are not either. But you know what? You don't have to be. This is all fun. I'm having a blast. And, you know, after I make this first one, you can make a second one. And you can have themes if you want to have themes. No infinity bottle for me would be complete without one of my favorite bourbons, Old Forester 1920 Prohibition. 115 proof, just fantastic. Again, really good value. I still think the value for Architect is a little better, but you can't find Architect? Grab Old Forester, this guy, for like, I don't know, $65. It is very, very good. I think I have one more scotch to do right now. Lefroy 25. 25 years, all in X bourbon, 51.4% alcohol. This is a divine, creamy Isla. I have to add this to my infinity bottle. I just have to. I gotta remember this bad boy forever. Such a good bottle. Now, again, when I start getting into more and more of my whiskeys and start getting lower and lower and lower, we'll just add more here. It's fine. So I think I have 3 left. I have my 67% alcohol Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye. Probably my favorite rye that I have had yet. And if you're lucky, you get it for MSRP. You're looking at 70 minimum, hopefully 90 max in the MSRP range. Just depends on whether it's like an actual barrel pick or it's just a release from the distillery. But again, I think it's very, very good. Let's get another crazy profile here. This is Barrel Armida. This is a blend finished in pear brandy, rum, and Sicilian Amaro casks. Very, very wild profile here. I haven't really had a whiskey that's had this profile on it. And all of Barrel's things that they come out with are usually barrel proof. I like to say like 98% of them are. So this is 57.2% alcohol. Again, wild, wild, wild profile. Okay, one more bourbon. Again, you guys know I love Old Forester, so let's go with the single barrel proof. This guy is 64.85% alcohol. Comes in around $100 if you're lucky. They're also very hard to come across. I got lucky on mine. This is going to add some more proof here. Now, I think a lot of the bottles I've put in here are kind of high proof. Some of the scotches are pretty low. I think the lowest I might have right now might be the Glen Scotia that I put in here. No, it's one of the Springbanks. Springbank 18 is probably 46, so that's not super, super high. So let's check the color out of this blend so far. Look at that infinity bottle. That color's looking real, real, real nice. I can add a few more to this, but you know what? Right now I'm not going to. I think I added, what, 18 bottles to this? I think that's a great start. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for a day. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to let you know how it is. So let's fast forward 24 hours right now. 24 hours. Boom. Look at the color on this bad boy. Now there's 18 whiskeys in here. If I'm off by one, maybe it's 19. I did the math and the average alcohol content of this blend is 51.2%. So pretty hot considering there's 18 of these in here. So this sat for 24 hours. A little over, and I probably should have let it sit for about a week, but I want to get this video out, so I will do a review of this in the future and to see if it is good or if it is bad. So let's do a first nosing here. You know what, it doesn't smell half bad. I'm getting a lot of the Scotch malt here, a little bit of smoke. I didn't put enough smoke in here, I don't think, because all the bourbons and all the sherry influences here is going to make it a very, very sweet profile. So adding the peated whiskeys in here would be very helpful. I didn't put enough in here, but very, very, very malt forward here. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit of fruit. Just a lot of grains. So let's see what this thing tastes like. I really do enjoy this color, and I think it's going to be a pretty thick whiskey. Let's find out. That ain't half bad. I will say the mid palate is really, really good. I am getting a lot of the peated Scotch influence right on the middle of my tongue. The viscosity is very bourbon-like, syrupy. Get some cherries in there, some caramel. Wow, that is not bad at all. And now I'm getting some apples in the nose. That was a very, very warm sip. I'm doing a second sip. Man, that is not half bad for an 18 blend infinity bottle. Now, like I said before, I just wanted to get this thing started, so I wanted to get a big array. If you make yours, there are no rules. Just if you want to make a bottle that has a different theme or a variation or a type, go for it. Me on the other hand, when I get these bottles down lower or other ones in my collection, I'm just going to add here. And now, why it's called an infinity bottle is as long as this does not go empty and you add whiskeys to it, there's going to always be a little piece of everything you've ever put in here. So I might make multiple, but for now, this is my first infinity bottle. Hope you learned something today. Hope it was fun. This is a cool process. Like this video, give a like, not subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Want to support me even more, there's a join button right here that goes directly to me, helps me buy more whiskey, do more cool videos for you. But as always, I'll see you guys next time, and cheers.